such an asshole.
We gotta just dawn on me. We're gonna talk about the main topic of the conversation, of course, and that is disrespectful and disobedient children, whether after a certain time you even have to take care of them anymore. But this really is, the guy who sent it is an older brother type. And not only if you were a native to this country, now he's from Canada, but I'll try and keep this anonymous, but you're an immigrant or you're a domestic guy. It doesn't matter. As your parents' generation fail, there is a leadership vacuum where a lot of young men, but you're the oldest of the family, you get sucked into this power vacuum, and now you're the only one of evidence and reason. And so I'm starting to realize, because there's been a couple requests we've had where it's like, this, my family X, Y, and Z. I'm like, well, that's pretty effed up. I'm going to try not to curse on this one either. And I'm seeing a lot of guys younger than they have to be ended up becoming the man of the household, either because the dad plain ain't around or the dad is around. But again, he's a non-participatory dad. Yes, dear, whatever you want, dear. And without a patriarch, without a father, shock, there are no standards. There are no discipline. And the family, and by consequence, society falls apart. But that's all right. We don't need no man. We got government checks. Hi, Aaron. First of all, thank you for helping me with my 2 other issues in the past and making all those videos you make. You definitely are a much better guidance counselor than any of the psychology major liberals that claim to be giving good advice. What are you saying? A 17-year-old girl wants to help with people? You're saying she lacks the life experience and perspective to help grizzled old men? So the other day I had an effed up conversation with one of my cousins who is 16 years old. She has been sleeping around and last week found out she is pregnant. She said her parents told her to go to the clinic and get it taken care of, but she wants to go on with the pregnancy and keep the child. She is mad that her parents told her to find her own place away from them if she doesn't get the abortion, and now she is extremely angry at me because I agreed with the parents. Now again, his family, generally an immigrant family, I think he was born and raised. But, oh, you came to the West, huh? Want to embrace those Western values? Send your kid to the Western schools? You don't tell me what to do. I'm a strong, independent 16-year-old girl. Oh, how's that going? Huh? Keep voting Democrat, or in your case, the Labor Party. What's Trudeau? What is he part of? The government replaced everyone, huh? That's so sad, man. You come here and like about the most debauched, worst thing of Western civilization happens to your daughter. She gets illegitimately pregnant and then she wants to keep it. And she, of course, angry at the parents and you. I'm proud of the parents for kicking her out. Okay, then you go find yourself. That's great. Good man. Good man. I'm wondering where he was that the girl got pregnant, but I understand 60-year-old people, you're your own person, you're your own mind. They're going to make dumb decisions. I'm concerned to see that too many people these days do not want to take the responsibility for effing things up for themselves. Well, that's all it. What do you think all of socialism has been? What do you think the Democrat Party, in your case, the Labor Party, whatever it's called up again, what do you think all of media and everything? It's forgiveness. It's indulgences. It's like nothing's your fault. We go to the extent, Steve, say, oh, see how you were born with this or that kind of plumbing? Holy cow. Yes, because you have vagine down there, that's the cause of all your problems. Not that you got pregnant at 16. This is, it's the new product. It's the last and final luxury good. And that is, you are not responsible for your actions. That's where, I don't want to say capitalism ends, but that's the final reason I call it the last and final luxury good is because let's say you got untold amounts of wealth. Well, what's beyond that? Living a lie. And the lie everyone wants to live is that nothing's their fault. They're good people. And that everyone else is the bad one. They're to blame. And we indulge these people. We'll spend trillions of dollars lying to sing, oh, yeah, it's not your fault. No, you shouldn't be poor and learn not to have kids you can't afford. No. Oh, by the way, you're oppressed because of men. But that That's what your family has moved to now in Western civilization. There is, I know there are certain other things that there's a reason everyone moved from your home country to Canada because it's better in some regards. But man, this is one of those things where it's not. It is a depraved, debauched society where everyone wants to live a lie. And your cousin is just the latest victim of that. People don't want to take responsibility for effing things up for themselves. No, they want other people to pay for it so they have a clean conscience. At this point, she's pretty much trying to F up shit even more and make her parents take the responsibility. I kick her out, but I don't know what the law is in Canada, but your parents should immediately file for disownership. Say, nope, we're not doing. Now, keep in mind, that family probably voted left because immigration. Justin Trudeau said nice things are going to give us free gimme-that's. Well, now your uncle, I guess, if they file the papers to not emancipate, to disown their child, oh, that's going to look bad because she's a pregnant single mother. How dare you? How dare you? He might face jail. I go talk to a lawyer before to talk to your uncle. He didn't hire me. But yeah, she is going to throw a little tantrum like the spoiled little Kuanta haha she is. And it should be crystal clear by now that if she was irresponsible enough to get pregnant, she's going to be too irresponsible to take care of a bleeping kid she can't afford. I know my uncle and aunt tried their best to raise a smart daughter, so I'm not sure where it all went wrong. Dude, people make dumb choices sometimes. That she's not a robot mostly, or all 100%. She does have some individual choice there. Can you please make a video about how these irresponsible teens, boy or girl, sleep around, get someone pregnant, or refuse to get an abortion after getting pregnant? Can you also explain the reasons why their parents have every right to kick them out of the effing house if the teens want to keep the child? Hopefully, after showing my cousin what you have to say, she will finally come to her effing set. No, she's not going to. What? We've talked about this before. I pointed it out. There's me, schmuck on the internet me. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't care who I am. Then there's all the education and brainwashing and indoctrination she's got from kindergarten to sophomore, junior year in high school, and the media and the television and her girlfriends like, you go, girl. I mean, a lot of these gals in some of the lower communities, one gal, the teenage mom, they'll do like the teenage mom pregnancy. Well, I'll get pregnant and you get pregnant. We'll all be pregnant together, because they care so much about the future children that they're raising. You are talking to someone who is incapable of thinking about anybody but herself. She doesn't even care about her own kid, right? And I know it sounds in a weird sense that it would be a mercy killing to get rid of the child because she can't raise the kid. She can't even raise herself. She's 16. She still lives at home. But it doesn't matter. It's what she wants. So I don't know how she came to this conclusion that the best option is for her to have this kid and raise it up in a completely abusive home. I don't mean like someone's beating the kid. There ain't going to be a dad. She is woefully and inadequately prepared to raise that child, but she loves herself more than she loves that theoretical child. Come on, man, you know this. How many times have I pointed out women having kids because they want to have kids, not because they want to raise them? They have the kids, and within 2 weeks, that kid is outsourced to daycare or a nanny, right? Very few modern women, your cousin's age or not, have kids because they actually love the child. They have the kids because the kid is a thing. How much attention is she going to get in high school over this? Oh my God. She's going to bring her kid in. Oh, look at you. I should have. Hey, you know what? You want to go full weapons grade here? You should encourage her to convince her other friends to have a pregnancy pact. I mean, come on. Come on. I can't outdo this brainwashing. This video is not going to convince you a 16-year-old full of herself attitude, completely spoiled child. Her poor parents that came over here in Canada to like have a better life, and she just spits it in the face. Your uncle has every right to disown her. Absolutely every right. Absolutely. And it's because these gals want to have their cake and eat it too, and boys too. The boy, where's the son or the son? Where's the father? Where's that guy at? Like, hey, kid, she doesn't have that abortion. I'm going to come after you. And her father, your uncle, should have every right. Like, that guy's not, I don't care, because they'll go through, oh, we're going to try and make it work. Watch Teenage Mom. And he'll go F off somewhere because he's an idiot kid. But that kid's not allowed in the household. No, absolutely. Kick the daughter out. Kick the son out. You bring such, it's not shame. There certainly is the shame, but it's the disrespect. And more trumping the disrespect, it's like you're not enslaving your father for your dumb mistakes. You're not enslaving your parents. They don't have, they agreed to raise you, not your bastard child. They have every right to put down. It doesn't even have to be something as simple as serious as abortion. I'll give you another example. This is why you don't live at home. Okay, boys and girls? My dad, pastor, of course, wants me to go to church. Let's go back 20 odd years ago. Freshman, starving, working, getting 3 effing hours of sleep. How are you and Jesus? Yeah, well, I'm waiting for him to provide a little bit, like food. So until he does, I'm not going to church. And I could essentially tell them to F off about having me go to church because you know why? They didn't give me money. I wasn't dependent on them. I could go and do what I want. Now, this girl, dependent on the father, right? She has to do what he says. Okay? Now, I'm sure this is where he's going to run into legal trouble. I'm sure there are legal rights now for a 16-year-old girl in Canada to have her birth rights. Have the kid, abort the kid, whatever. Right? And I'm wondering if that wouldn't come along the lines of child abuse. I'm not kidding. You voted leftist, not you. But your family probably did, right? Because immigration, he may not have a choice now in Canada. I know what the laws are. They may say that's child abuse. He may not be able to get rid of her, so he's stuck. Ooh, all those free gimme dads you got. Oh, pay it back now in childcare expenses for your grandchild. But morally, yes, he has every right. And if for whatever reason the Canadian government says, no, you have to carry on that child until she's 18, fine, I do the bare minimum. I won't talk to the daughter. I won't have anything to do with her. I get her out of the will. I make sure the will, like there's nothing. And then the day she turned 18, I'd kick her ass out. I would even go so far as to sell the house, change the name, and move so she can never find me again. Because what ultimately this shows is that the daughter does not love or respect, which is more important, her parents, especially her father. I mean, the amount of hubris and arrogance and entitlement, welcome to Western civilization, this rotten piece of crap has to disrespect the father, not to get, and then to act like they're entitled to their poor old man having to work some more. Or the mom too. I'm sure your aunt's got to work a little bit. She's going to have to. Canadian taxes. Yay, socialism. But he has such nice hair. He's pretty. He's a pretty prime minister. And he said the right things. But no, man. A gal like this that already has the attitude and lip that she's entitled to enslave other people to pay for her mistake indicates to me she's not capable of selflessness. She's certainly not capable of raising the child, but she's not capable of being reasoned with. Not at all. And she's certainly not religious because all these gals like, it's against my religion. And Tom Likas was a brilliant man pointing this out when a single mom would call in like, well, I kind of got pregnant. No. You kind of, well, why didn't you get an abortion? Well, it's against my religion. And he said, what about fornication? Meaning premarital sex. Huh? And it shows you just how hypocritical and ditzy these women are. What do you mean? Well, isn't fornication against the Bible? Yeah. Oh, so you choose what's fun, but then you don't choose what's not fun. I see. It's all to serve you. And you're a hypocrite and you're not a real Christian. So, no. And this again, once gets back to the, it's not your deal. It's not your problem. Yeah, I'm sure you kind of care about your cousin on some level, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sent this in. But a lot of times, man, you just got to go walk away because it's not you. You don't have her ear 8 hours a day like her feminist teachers and the socialists and like, oh, you don't need your parents. That nuclear family is bad patriarchy. You don't have her ear. And most of the time, they're not savable. They're not salvageable. Video about how irresponsible teens sleep around. Some get pregnant and refuse to get an abortion after getting pregnant. Yeah, because why have responsibility? The last, in Western civilization, the last and final frontier is living lies. Dude, bro, I'm an amazing player on my video. I'm a hero in my little warped up video game world. I'm a model on Instagram. I'm a strong, independent single mother living off the government dime. And nothing is my fault. So that's irresponsible adults. I majored in worthless crap, and it's evil white people's fault because I don't find it. It's Trump's fault. And abortion, I mean, I don't know how hard it is to go on birth control. Apparently very hard. But now that she gets to face being pregnant, now she gets to face the horrible choice of abortion. And between these two bad choices, raising a child in a broken home and torturing that child and giving them a miserable life, or getting an abortion, I think the abortion is the lesser of two evils. But I almost guarantee you it's not your choice according to Canadian law. Explain reasons why parents have a right to kick them out. You do. You have every moral right. Why? Because your child lied. Your child is trying to steal from you. And your child's mistakes are not your responsibility. So there you go. Showing this, she'll come to her senses. She won't. I feel this would be a very useful thing to hear for all the parents out there with sexually irresponsible kids. Please keep me anonymous. There you go. There you go. All right. Any super chats? Just one. Super Fred. $2. Will the Carlson School of Management cover my abortion? No, but I'm sure Google and all the hip and Target. I bet you Target. Boy, why doesn't Target come out like, we'll pay for free abortions? We just want to help out the womans. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.